Hey Brush Monkeys, welcome back. I'm a little bit late on this one because I've actually had this for couple weeks now. I just haven't gotten a whole lot of time to paint. This is the contents of the October Asset Drop box from Asset Drop. The Discovery box, excuse me, from Asset Drop. As usual, it comes with a painting guide, comes with 2 test tiles. This month's box comes with a bunch of weathering pencils from, I believe it's AK Interactive. Yeah, AK Interactive. And they're really great pencils for weathering different things. I'm going to try them out on this little test tile here. And it also comes with, I believe this is also, no, this is something else. Chipping paint and chipping aid. I'm a big fan of the salt and hairspray method of chipping and weathering paint. This is supposed to be something better, like you paint this on and then paint over it with the color that you want to chip, and then you use this and it chips the paint and helps you create scratches and things like that in the paint. These are both from, bear with me a second here, VMSI. I have never heard of them before, but you know, I'm looking forward to taking those for a ride and trying them out. And it also comes with this little head test tile and 3 paints from Italieri acrylic paint, a flat non-specular blue, international blue, flat non-specular blue gray, and flat middle stone. And these are all for painting marble effects. And there's a great little tutorial here that walks you through how to paint marble, specifically how to paint white marble. I'm gonna try to see if I could do the same thing on black marble on the base, but then here you got all the how to do the chipping effects. So yeah, this should be interesting to see, chipping and weathering. Yeah. So hopefully, like I said, I haven't had a whole lot of time to paint lately, but I'm hoping to have some time this weekend. So wanted to lay everything out, and then we'll get into painting it, and I'll show you what the final effects look like. All right, see you soon. Okay, we're back briefly, and I wanted to talk about the chipping medium for a second. We'll get to all the rest of this stuff and how the marbling worked out and all this kind of stuff, but the chipping paint does not work the way I thought it would. I thought this was something like you prime the box, or you paint, undercoat whatever it is you want chipped, then you paint this stuff on where you want the rust effect to show through, and that this would prevent the top layer of paint from adhering properly, and then when you reactivated it with water, it would chip away the top layer of paint. And if that didn't work, then this stuff would, the chip aid would assist in that. Turns out, according to the instructions, that's not what it is at all. You actually have to paint the thing you want to chip with the chipping paint where you want it. Okay. And then you're going to water it down, and with an old brush, like I'm going to probably use this old dry brush, or I think I've got an even older one, yeah, probably this one. Scrape away the paint where you don't want it, and it leaves a chipped looking effect. This is somewhat unsatisfactory to me, because what it comes out looking like is you've got scratchy brown paint on top of the thing you want weathered. It doesn't look like you've chipped away. When this is done, it's not going to look like I've chipped away this green paint to reveal this kind of brown rusty color underneath it. It's going to look like the brown rusty color is on top of the green paint, which is one of the big reasons I don't like doing chipping and battle damage effects the way the Heavy Metal team does it in Games Workshop. So it's always going to look like a layer of paint on top of where you want it chipped rather than underneath, rather than the rust being underneath where it's supposed to be, right? So I wanted to touch on that for just a second, that this is not what I thought it was going to be. Everything else in this kit so far has worked out pretty well. These paints, the Atelier acrylic paints, really nice paints. The dropper tops on them are a little messy. It's almost impossible to just get a clean drop out of there without smudging up the whole cap, and they're all like that. And they had to be thinned down a lot for this effect, but the marble effect came out okay. It came out about the same as I've done other marble effects. It's just, you know, I'm not a big fan of white marble to start with, and none of the instructions I've got really make it look like marble. I'm rubbish at doing marble. But I don't paint marble all that much, so I guess it works out okay. I am really happy with these AKA Interactive pencils, rather. These things are fantastic. They're actually watercolor pencils, so when you go to put them on, you can just rub them on dry. Like, you know, you'd imagine rub a pencil on. I'm just going to do this little spot here again because I really like how this came out. And obviously if you put more layers on it, it comes out brighter. Okay, this is light rust, and there's a couple of spots back here. But the really cool thing about these is, because they're watercolor pencils, once you've put them on dry, you can take just a little bit of water, like just wet your brush a little bit, and brush it over the top of that, and it smooths out that effect, so it's not so grainy, right? And let you put streaks in it. So now you got this rust running down the side of this box. Or maybe you want to expand the rust out into some of the surrounding area around where the texture is. You can rub it on there and just wet it and paint it out where you want it. And that's pretty spiffy. And like I said, you put more on there, you can get a heavier effect on it. I'll show you on this side too, because I really like how these came out. But yeah, you just rub it on there, just like you would any other pencil. There's a little bit of texture on the this wall, so that certainly helps. Scratch it all down there. I'm trying to get this rust effect everywhere where there's texture on the wall. So bear with me a second here. Okay. And then, like I said, just a little bit of water here. Streaks. Looks like really, AK Interactive is one of those companies that I'm always impressed with everything they do. They're one of those companies that caters mostly to, for lack of a better word, regular modelers. You know, the tanks and military planes and World War II dioramas and that kind of thing that you find, like the Revell kits and that kind of thing. They really cater more to that sort of model building. But the stuff they make has been adopted by the miniature painting community, because A, it's fantastic, and B, it's really, really realistic. It looks fantastic. I've seen models built using AK Interactive paints and weathering materials and things like that that are indiscernible from the real thing, from actual tanks and planes and things. And so they're just fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and let this chipping stuff finish drying, and then I'm going to chip it and see how that works. And then we'll come back and take a look at that and see if the effect has gotten any better, or if it still looks weird to me, which I imagine it probably will. So, see you in a bit. Okay, this chipping effect I'm not thrilled with. It says, I'm going to read this right out of the instruction booklet so you can see how I follow the instructions. Using a brush, apply the Chip and Nix Smart Chipping Paint, that's this stuff, over the surfaces that you want to have chipping effects. Leave dry for 10 to 15 minutes. Now, using a pipette, acid dropper bottle, or a brush, place droplets of water on the surface of the chipping paint to activate it. Using a flathead brush, spread the water drops over the surface of the chipping paint. Next, start the reverse chipping process. Use a brush you don't mind damaging a little, which I got some old dry brushes here. Rub the moistened paint. You'll notice it will start to flake away. The more paint you remove, the less damage the miniature will appear. Okay, so I did that. I let it dry for about 20 minutes. I went and chipped it off, and it took off the layer of green paint on there. So it not only, well, first of all, it didn't get all the chipping medium. It seems to have, like, there are places that look muddy where the chipping medium didn't entirely come off and just kind of smeared across the surface of it. There are places where the chipping medium not only came off so well that it took, I don't know if you can see this here, it took the green paint off the box and showed the silver paint that I had underneath it, but also took some of that off and left some of the bare white primer on there. So it like ripped the paint, and this side is the same way. You can see the silver paint. You can see through the silver paint. You can see a little bit of the white primer underneath it. So, according to the instructions, I was supposed to have painted this over the top of the final layer of paint, and then chipped it away to make it look chipped. According to the way it actually worked, it seems like I was supposed to have like painted the box silver, painted the chipping medium on, let it dry, then paint the army green over the top of that, then put on the water and started chipping the green paint away with the brown paint underneath it. But I don't know that would have worked either. So I'm not, the way this came out, I'm not entirely impressed with this. I haven't even tried the Smart Chipping Aid here. It was, the whole purpose of this was, if this didn't entirely work and wasn't flaking off the way you wanted it, you could use this stuff on it to get the chips and flakes that you wanted, the little fine point chips and whatnot. This did not work as advertised at all. This is really horrible. I'm not impressed with this at all, and will probably not be using this again. I don't know what I'm going to do with these two pieces, but yeah, I am not impressed with that. Overall, though, these are the Itaglieri acrylic paints, are perfectly serviceable paints. I can't really say anything bad about them, but I can't really say anything all that great about them either. Not a big fan of the dropper bottles. I think the style of droppers are kind of messy, but they're okay. The colors certainly seem, they're very pigment heavy and needed to be thinned down a lot to even get the effect that I got on here. And even thinned down, it was really just kind of a flow improver that got them to move the way you wanted them to. So they'll take a lot of thinning down before they're really transparent or anything. These two, I got nothing. I'm no use for these at all. I don't know what to do with those. The big winner out of this box was definitely the AK Interactive weathering pencils. I'm going to use these a lot. I love these things. I really like how they turned out. There's apparently a pretty wide range of them, I'm guessing, on their catalog, because the ones I got were light rust, dark aluminum, dust / rain marks, and chipping color, and the numbers on them go up to 35. So if there's 35 of them in their range, that's a pretty good set. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on to those, and like I said, I'm going to use them a lot. Don't know quite where to put them because they don't fit in any of my drawers, but I do like those. So there you go. There's the asset drop box for October. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching my video. If anybody has got any ideas about what I'm doing wrong with the chipping medium, by all means leave a comment below and let me know. Hopefully I can get that straightened out and figure out what happened, because that really looks ugly. In the meantime, thanks for watching my videos, and have a good day. See you later. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like. If you want to find out when new videos get posted, click subscribe. Comment below on what you want to see on future videos. Visit our Patreon site for lots of ways that you can support me in doing what I do. You can also visit our Instagram and Facebook pages to see all the miniatures that I paint on this channel, and see how you can get your hands on one of your own. So thanks a lot for your time, and thanks for watching my videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye.